closed and the disbursements. Any comments or questions or changes to the consent agenda?
Move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Holly Levine to approve the consent agenda is presented. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The consent agenda is also approved. Next is public forum. Anyone wish to speak at public forum? Last call for public forum. Very well, moving right along. Next are ordinances. First is an ordinance amending chapter 125 personnel policy.
Move we put this ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Roger Spencer, put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance amending Title I Government Code, Chapter 125, Personnel Policy, Section 125, 130 holidays, to add new disease to the holidays which may be observed by city employees.
Discussion.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, we had a meeting tonight with HR and we are not approving this.
Not recommending it? Nope. Anyone like to comment? Any further discussion?
Move we put this ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Holly Levine to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance amending Title I Government Code, Chapter 125, Personnel Policy, Section 125, 130 holidays, to add New Year's Eve to the holidays which may be observed by city employees.
Any further discussion?
Move we put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Rick Flynn to put this ordinance on final passage. The hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Are you going to vote? 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. Please vote electronically. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 against and 2 in favor. The ordinance does not pass. Very well. Next is an ordinance approving putting question 1 adult use marijuana sales tax on the April 4th, 2023 ballot.
Move we put this ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Holly Devine to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance imposing a sales tax at a rate of 3% on all tangible personal property retail sales of adult use marijuana sold within the city of Carl Junction, Missouri pursuant to Article 14, Section 2.65 of the Missouri Constitution, subject to the approval by the voters of the city at the general municipal election to be held on April 4th, 2023, designating the form of ballot and directing the city clerk to provide notice of said election.
Discussion. Mike.
So in there, is this the official ballot language when I'm saying question 1, shall the city of Carl Junction, Missouri impose a sales tax?
Yes, sir.
Are we able to come up with our own ballot language? Is this something that has to be worded exactly
You are
like
not,
that?
that is set by state statute.
Fair enough. It just seems to me like there could be confusion, like we're trying to legalize something, and I wish it was there was a preface in there that says, being that it's already legal, would you like to impose a tax on it? And I'm afraid this is kind of
No,
for
your
some
client said it's
uninformed
legal, you
voters.
can do that.
some uninformed voters are going to think that we are trying to do more than just create a tax, unfortunately.
Well, I think, yeah, well, I guess you need to get the information out. The idea is, and Steve, we've talked about that, no other communities in the area that we know of are going to try and put a tax on it. So if you don't like marijuana sales, and Carl Junction has a tax of 3%, and none of the other communities around you don't have a tax, they're going to build their facilities in those places that don't have a tax because they can sell cheap. Yes, sir.
I'm not contradicting anything that you're saying now, but there has been a flurry of activity on the Missouri Municipal Attorney's listserv, whereas a number of attorneys have indicated this town's passing it, that town's passing, it's being passed all over the state of Missouri.
Right,
But none of them are local.
local, yeah, I agree.
No, I
with that.
completely,
It is
I love the
like-
idea of passing the time. I just wish that we could word it such that maybe, I'm not real fond of the way it's.
Well, and there's like, what, there kind of like 18 retail locations in each congressional district?
Yeah, something like that.
Chances are we're probably not gonna have one anyway. And then in the presidential election in 2024, you can put it on the ballot to ban it in your city if you want to. But it has to have a 60% vote to ban it, to pass,
To ban sale.
to ban the sale of it in your city, yeah.
What's the advantage of the areas around here not putting it on their ballot? Is it?
No, I think it's a timing thing, actually is what it is. The time period for the cities to react to this and to be able to get it on their ballot was really short. You know, they only had, when's the end of sign up? 24th? 27th. So a city has to enact this ordinance before the 27th, and they have to then notify the county by January, something like that. So they only have till the 27th to be able to pass the ordinance, to put it on the ballot. We're just reacting quick enough that we can get it on there.
The 24th, January 24th.
January 24th. Webb City could still get it done. I don't believe Joplin can, and the county is not going to. Because I talked to the commissioner, presiding commissioner, and the county clerk on that. So,
Well, if we didn't pass it to go on this ballot in April, when would be the next time that we could?
the next August,
I don't think there's an election in August, is there? A primary, because it's an off year. I mean,
whatever
there-
the next general election is, so that would be November.
I don't think there's even anything next November, is there? I think
It's available. You could put it
It's
on.
available, yeah, you could have, it. That'd be the only thing on the whole ballot.
Yeah.
But I think the next time would basically be a year from this April.
So everybody
Realistically.
that I've talked to, Stockton, Carl Francis, Nick Edwards, Greg Dagnan, John Bartosh, presiding commissioner, and Charlie Davis, the clerk of the staff, if they have a bunch of cities come through and get this done, and every one of them are on the ballot, across the board, it will fail. Because so many people are anti-tax
Yeah.
that they will see that everybody has this, that they will vote no. They will not even look at whether it can be beneficial for tax revenues.
Do we currently have, we don't currently have anybody
No,
in CJ.
I don't think we will.
No, my next step to back this up, if this passes, I've already started writing the chapter 60, it's actually a new chapter, 602, which would be marijuana facilities, and also the planning and zoning code in the 400s to back up this if we do get it passed. Which the planning and zoning code, we probably ought to have it in place regardless of whether it passes or not. Because somebody could come in and put a facility in, and then we don't have anything, it could be a mess.
Say we put it on this coming ballot in April, it fails. Would we be able to put it on the following again? We would. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole problem is the perception. You know, it's the majority of the people in Carl Junction don't want to have marijuana sales in Carl Junction. But whether they will understand it like you're talking about, Mike, whether they understand that or not, I don't know.
So Amendment 3 for Carl Junction. The county lumps wards 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together. Amendment 3 actually failed in Carl Junction by 62% to 38%. Of course, statewide, we know that it passed. almost identical between 1, 2, 3, and 4. If they would understand that this tax, there's a good possibility it could pass if they understand it and the same percentages come out and vote.
Well, you're not gonna get the same percentages.
No,
You're not gonna get 2,500 people to vote in the April election.
no, this one will be a very small turnout because there's nothing other than
Mike and I, and
you guys, you know, I
David,
don't think the county has anything on there for elected officials, because,
school district have anything?
Yeah, but it's probably not gonna be contested
unless somebody different signs up, they won't even have anything.
Oh, so you're talking about,
they're not putting the bond on, are they?
No,
Right now, they got 3 candidates and 3 open seats, so that
Yeah.
won't even pull people out.
they won't pull anybody, they won't even have to have an election.
yeah,
Unless something changes Tuesday.
so any other comments on it? What do you guys wanna do?
I guess we could put it on second reading.
You can do that.
Move we put this ordinance on second reading by title only.
I'll second.
Motion by LaDonna Allen, second by Mike Burns, to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Clerk, please read the title.
An ordinance imposing the sales tax at a rate of 3% on all tangible personal property retail sales of adult use marijuana sold within the city of Carl Junction, Missouri pursuant to Article 14, Section 2.65 of the Missouri Constitution, subject to the approval by the voters of the city at the general municipal election to be held on April 4th, 2023, designating the form of ballot and directing the city clerk to provide notice of said election.
Any further discussion?
Move we put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by LaDonna Allen, second by Mike Burns, to put this ordinance on final passage. It's a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative, please vote electronically. 7 in the affirmative with 1 absent. This ordinance passes. We will be on the ballot in April. Just need to make sure we get the notice out as to why we put it on. Anybody works in the newspaper or anything.
I'm sure they'll listen.
And that is ordinance number
22-32.
22-32. Thank you. Next to reports, the administration report. Any comments for the city administrator or gripes or anything? We have a report.
It's on paper.
Did you submit a report?
It's,
Where is
it's
it?
a paper.
Oh, it's a paper one? Okay. I got it down. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
Nice, yeah.
Okay. Any questions for him? Anything? Ready to move on along then? Where we'll move right along to department reports. Well, let's see, the next one I got in front of me, I believe, is the PD. Any comments from Mark? Questions? Shop at the Cop looked like it was very successful. I think we heard Webb City only had like 78 people in their deal. Looks like you're getting a pretty good grant there. I heard about that rollover.
It was interesting.
One of the lady that works where I work said, yeah, she was taking her kid to school. There's this car upside down, our yellow pickup truck upside down the street.
Sorry about the slowest rollover I think you'll see.
How'd you like to be the poor guy who fell in the car?
Anything else from Mark? Very well, we'll move right along then to the Public Works report. Got a Public Works report in front of us? Looks like a lot of stuff going on. No comments for Public Works? Very well, then we'll move along to committee reports. How about budget? Let's go to budget.
Well, excuse me. We worked on getting numbers together to consider for an additional employee holiday, which we passed on. Other than that, we are going to be starting on budgeting for next cycle. I will be gone the first meeting in January likely. I won't rub it in where I'll be.
Florida.
Must be warm.
It's warm. But we need to go ahead maybe and schedule then to start the meetings. Steve, we're talking about Mondays at 3. Would January 16th be too late to start? That'll give us enough time. We just have to have it approved by the first meeting in April.
Yes.
So that should give us
yeah.
plenty of time, even
In the end
if
of
we have
March,
6 days.
we
or
always
something.
shoot for that last meeting in March.
Yeah.
Just make
So if we start on January 16th, we can build in enough and have
Yes.
some cushion. So January 16th at 3 p.m., if that works for you guys. I hate to pull you away on Monday afternoon, but that's when you can use it.
That's Gozy Flynn Saturday.
What's the date?
January 16th, you're off.
What?
You don't get that day off, Martin Luther King Jr.
No.
I think I do. I'm just kidding.
I was like, do I have to do numbers? So January 16th at 3 p.m., we will start the weekly budget meetings. If you will get those posted. Other than that,
That's it?
that's it, unless somebody's got any questions they want to answer.
No questions? Code and nuisance, Rick?
Nothing at this time.
Human resources, Roger.
Just that we had a meeting tonight and kind of turned down the request.
All right, any questions for human resources? Very good. Public facilities, Mike?
Nothing at this time.
Don't know anything about soccer fields or anything, sprinklers or anything? Didn't hear anything from
I have not.
Tuck? Jason?
I'll reach out before next meeting.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to know about that. I'd like to get something done on that, because they're gonna be going in with that. When do you think they'll start construction on the pavilion and the playground? You have any idea?
Not until probably earliest will be April,
Okay,
May.
all right,
something like that.
very good then, all right. Well, let's see, I do senior citizens, but I don't believe there's anybody here representing the senior citizens committee, so I guess we'll pass on that. Now we'll go to unfinished business. Holly? Rick?
No, sir.
Roger?
Nothing.
I have nothing. Don?
Nothing unfinished.
Mike?
I have nothing, sir.
Mark?
I have nothing, sir.
Jim?
No, sir.
Mr. Talley?
No,
Lena?
Just a reminder that the candidate filings close on Tuesday, the 27th.
Thank you. Crystal?
Sir.
Steve?
A couple of things.
Of course.
Of course. The auction for the vehicles and equipment ended today. The little white GMC Canyon sold for $5,100. The old '97 Ford truck with snowplow for $3,600. The old meter reading Explorer / PD Explorer sold for $3,000. The long arm mower for $2,300. The grapple $2,250, and the old mosquito fogger for $80. Not even more salvage price on it.
Oh, gosh.
And let's see, that's all on that one. The other is, we talked about the business license stuff, and I've got it, business and occupation tax and changes on it, and I've got it reworked, so I'll get it out to the code committee. And, well, maybe I won't. Thank you, Mr. Talley.
There are some new rules. Did you pass out this code watch, Elena, to members?
Yes,
So
yes.
I was going to mention this under new business, but home-based businesses, the legislature passed some new laws that affect them, and it eliminates the ability of cities to license them or to require a permit by home-based businesses to operate in the city. It's going to change the landscape across the state. And I you're referring to, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the. That's all on unfinished.
What? No, I didn't put mine on silent either. What nobody calls. We still talking about this?
No, sir, I am done.
You're done? Mark? Oh. Okay, very good then. We'll go to new business. Jim?
No.
Mark? Mike?
I have nothing, sir.
Donna?
I just had a question. Is there anything we can do that on that 1.5 billion or trillion or billion, whatever it is, for the infrastructure? Is there anything we can get that could qualify for that specifically for a road? Any of that roundabout or anything we talked about?
I would have to ask my contact from MoDOT. For road is considered off system, and I don't know if it has to be used on stuff that is on the system,
Yeah.
which is MoDOT controlled stuff. I don't know.
I wondered because the way it termed it, it was like municipalities for, municipalities said.
And Joplin has used it. That's how they built those overpasses. But those overpasses are considered on system.
Yeah.
So, they're MoDOT maintenance, MoDOT, that type of thing. And I just don't know why.
I was just, yeah, that's especially where it comes from 171 to JJ to take around. I didn't know if there was anything, but that would be a good location if we could get
But
it.
that's the only place I could think of it. And that's a very, very competitive because that's the one that everybody has to compete against each other on that one. It doesn't matter whether you're Kansas City or Carl Junction.
Right.
You have to compete against them. It's a big deal. But it's got big money attached to it.
Yeah, and we would have a small project compared to what some of the others are.
Yeah.
That's all. I was just wanting to know if we could check that out. So. That's all.
My only thing is, the meeting on February 21st. A lot of us are going to Jeff City. That's also a meeting night. Do we need to reschedule that meeting? You gonna check your calendar?
Either the week
What month are we talking?
February.
before, the week after would be the 28th, or the week before would be the 14th.
That's Valentine. It's not gonna matter to me, but it may. So
We don't get that day.
Yeah, don't ask. But just in case anybody does have big plans that night, I just want to point out that was valid.
We are required.
They're not good on Tuesday either.
We are required, the only thing is that we're required by code to have 2 meetings a month.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what day it is. Well, it does if we want Mr. Talley here.
As long as it ain't on a Wednesday afternoon.
February 14th is when I next see my heart doctor, so I'm wide open, but things may change quickly. But I'm like, don't do it on my account.
Well, no, we want to make sure you're here. I do.
They're different.
Everybody have a problem?
What day?
What day?
What, you want to do the 14th?
The only thing is that leaves a bigger gap. No,
We have
No.
those 3-week
yeah, it'd
gaps.
be the same.
Yeah, we have 3
It'd be the
gaps.
same either
Yeah,
way.
we have those all the time.
Otherwise, it'd be 3 weeks.
I think probably not the 14th for myself.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
Okay.
I think we did the 28th instead, then we would have something to present possibly from Jeff City.
That's good. That's a good idea. 28th, okay?
Whatever, I will work around it. My situation is too complicated for you all.
Okay.
So don't.
So the 20th.
Well, let me look at my calendar. Ooh, I'm wide open.
Well, that first meeting in March will be pretty sparse. There won't be much on it.
Won't be much on it. That's true.
That's all right.
Do we need to vote on that?
Yes.
Yes. Need a motion.
Okay, I move that we move the February 21st, 2023 meeting to February 28th, 2023 at 7 p.m.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by Roger Spencer to move this meeting from February 21st, February 28th, and 2023. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The meeting has been rescheduled. That's all I had. Any other new business? Rick?
No, sir.
Mr. Talley?
Just to follow up what we were talking about before, in that handout, you'll find the draconian language on pages 8, 9, and 10 of
Yes.
that handout. And it is draconian, and it changes the whole landscape for home-based business.
But it basically talks about selling goods.
Any home-based business.
But- I was worried about like the whatever, Airbnb.
If somebody
They're not
has
selling
rental
a
property,
business.
I think that would be an interesting question, but probably that's a home-based business.
If
Right.
somebody is running it, like a real estate office or something like that is running it,
Mm-hmm.
not a problem. What if somebody has a rental property, they do Airbnb, and they run their rental property out of their home? That's a home-based business.
We can't touch them.
But
What do you do?
We
what
can't touch them.
what if they don't live there? They're not running it out of that place there.
No, they're not running it out of that place. They're running it out of their regular home.
Is it such that a lot of the transaction actually occurs on Airbnb's website? So it's where the transaction occurred. Used to be when you bought and sold eBay,
Yep.
all business was done in Kentucky because that's where eBay's headquarters were. So it was like your transaction, although you sold it to your neighbor, it actually legally took place in Kentucky because that's where eBay is from. It could be because they're all transactions are done on the website that wherever this headquarters of Airbnb or VRBO is, that's where legally the transaction's taking place. And I don't know.
Well, that needs to be, we need to find that out. So I don't know if it matters to us or not. That's just something I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to look at these general code things. You guys need to take a look at that and see what's changed, because there's been a lot of stuff that's changed. Is that all, Mr. Talley?
Oh, that's all, yes.
Lena? Crystal? Steve?
You've also got ribbon cutting and open house on new business for the new Jasper County Courts building downtown Joplin. Coming up January 6th, if you want to attend that. That's it. That's all we got.
Do we want to talk about the opioid thing or not?
The what?
Opioids?
Opioids.
OCD?
Oh, yeah. That would be Mark to bring up to you, but new
Okay.
business for Mark.
You want to talk about that?
Those are drug task force.
Drug task force?
Yeah, I've got an email from Chad Allison about why we should be part of a voting membership there. I didn't bring it with me. If I can bring it to you later, I can do that. I just think it's personal preferences to be a part of it, so we have more of a say in what's going on and hopefully get some more activity out of them, rather, proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, you need to find out what, I understood that the old one, that if there was like, if you weren't a part of it and there was a meth lab in your city, then the city had to taking care of it and getting it decontaminated. But if you're a part of the organization, they take care of it and pay the
Yeah.
expenses. Is that correct or not?
We pay a $500 yearly fee just to be able to call them and have them come out and take care of whatever mess we have.
Right.
Um,
Which could be thousands of dollars if we didn't
Right.
have that.
The voting membership is, I think it's 4,000. I don't know if they have different levels for different cities. But like I said, it's just my personal preference, and I'll dig into it further. But right now, we are just a reactive. We dig into what we can find based on tips and stuff, and we do most of the legwork and the search warrants and trash pulls instead of having proactive people that will come in and help us do that.
Well, when you find out the costs and all that stuff and all that stuff, if you would give that to LaDonna so she can go through budget with us.
Yeah, because I'm also looking at if we do want to try to go that route, is getting part of it paid on the LSD grant.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Is there any other business before the council?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Roger Spencer, second by Don Allen, we adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 70 for everybody, with one absent, we are adjourned. Thank all of you for attending today.
Em is excited.